"The humans taste terrible," spat the Gorgon fleet commander, a tentacle recoiling in disgust. The Galactic Council had convened for an emergency session, their chamber echoing with heated debates and the frantic buzzing of diplomats. They were facing a dire situation. The humans, those seemingly innocuous inhabitants of the third planet in the Sol system, had proved themselves to be an existential threat to every sentient species in the galaxy. "We warned you," bellowed High Chancellor Xyler, his multifaceted eyes glaring at the assembly. "The humans are not to be underestimated, yet you dismissed our warnings as paranoia." The assembly, filled with representatives from over 100 different species, was a cacophony of clicks, hisses, and guttural growls. Each species had its own language, its own way of expressing fear and outrage, but today, all these varied sounds converged into a singular tone of apprehension. The humans, mere centuries after achieving space travel, had already laid waste to several star systems. Their ships, bristling with advanced weaponry and driven by an unyielding resolve, had cut through the galaxy like a hot blade through gelatinous hyperflesh. Entire fleets had been decimated, colonies reduced to rubble, and ancient civilizations brought to their knees. "It's not just their technology," hissed Admiral Vet, his serpentine body coiled in agitation. "It's their unpredictability. One moment they offer peace, the next they launch a full-scale assault. They do not adhere to any known protocols of war." "Precisely," Xyler replied, his voice a chilling calm amidst the storm. "They are the embodiment of chaos. Their culture thrives on conflict and innovation. Each defeat only makes them stronger, more cunning." Across the chamber, General Threk of the Dalian Dominion rose, his exoskeleton shimmering under the Council's lights. "Our attempts at diplomacy have failed. We must consider more drastic measures, perhaps a unified strike to annihilate their homeworld." "Foolishness!" roared Zarn, the Urkin ambassador, his voice deep and resonant. "Have you not seen their resilience? Destroy one of their cities, and they rebuild it stronger. Bombard their planet, and they retaliate with even greater ferocity. We must find another way." As the debate raged on, a holographic projection flickered to life in the center of the chamber. It displayed a recent battle, the humans' fleet against the combined forces of the Varks and Torion. The humans, outnumbered and outgunned, had utilized a series of unorthodox tactics that turned the tide in their favor. Their ships danced through the void with impossible agility, their weapon systems adapting on the fly to counter every move of their adversaries. The council members watched in horrified fascination as the human flagship, the UNS Intrepid, rammed into the Torion battleship, detonating its reactor and causing a catastrophic explosion that took out half the enemy fleet. The audacity of such a move was beyond comprehension. "Our intelligence reports indicate they call this maneuver a kamikaze, a tactic from their ancient history," Xyler explained. "They are willing to sacrifice themselves for victory, something we cannot comprehend." "Then what are we to do?" inquired Ambassador Crick, his three eyes blinking in unison. "How can we combat an enemy that defies all logic and reason?" Before Xyler could respond, the chamber doors burst open. A battered and bloodied scout staggered in, his breathing labored. "The humans, they are here." Panic erupted within the chamber. Council members scrambled for exits, their fear palpable. Xyler tried to maintain order, but it was too late. The humans had arrived, and they brought with them a wrath unlike any the galaxy had ever seen. Captain James Hawke of the UNS Intrepid stood on the bridge of his ship, staring at the chaotic scene displayed on the main screen. The Galactic Council chamber was in disarray, diplomats and generals fleeing like rats abandoning a sinking ship. He couldn't help but smirk. "Looks like we made quite an entrance," he remarked to his first officer, Lieutenant Commander Brooks. Brooks, a stoic and disciplined officer, nodded. "They never saw it coming, sir. Our cloaking technology has proven invaluable." "Indeed," Hawke replied, his eyes gleaming with the thrill of the hunt. "Prepare the boarding parties. I want their leadership captured alive if possible." Brooks saluted and relayed the orders throughout the ship. Marines geared up, their faces grim and determined. The humans were here not just to fight, but to dominate. As the boarding pods launched, Piercing the hull of the Galactic Council's flagship, Hawk reflected on the journey that had brought humanity to this point. They had been underestimated, ridiculed even, by the so-called superior races of the galaxy. But humanity had a way of turning adversity into strength. Every challenge, every setback, had only served to forge them into a more formidable force. Remember, Hawk's voice echoed through the comms, we are here to send a message. The age of human submission is over. We are the apex predators of this galaxy now. The boarding pods hit their targets with pinpoint precision. Marines poured out, weapons blazing, overwhelming the alien defenders with ruthless efficiency. The council members, who had once debated humanity's fate, now found themselves at the mercy of the very species they had sought to control. Hawk watched the chaos unfold, satisfaction written across his face. They fought their way towards the heart of the enemy's stronghold. The aliens, caught off guard by the precision and aggression of the human assault, mounted desperate defenses but were ultimately overwhelmed by the relentless advance of the Marines. Captain Hawk, monitoring the operation from the bridge of the UNS Intrepid, observed the progress with a mix of satisfaction and vigilance. The battle was proceeding according to plan, but he knew that any moment could bring unexpected challenges. He maintained communication with Lieutenant Commander Brooks, who was leading the ground operations inside the enemy station. Brooks' report, Hawk's voice rang out over the comm system. We're encountering pockets of resistance, Captain, but our momentum is holding. Securing the command center now, Brooks replied, his voice edged with determination. Good. Extract all the data you can. We need every advantage we can get, Hawk commanded, his tone firm and unwavering. Inside the station's command center, chaos reigned as the human Marines secured control. Brooks oversaw the extraction of critical information from the alien mainframe, downloading intelligence on enemy deployments, strategic reserves, and vulnerable points across the galaxy. Captain, we've got the data. Initiating secure transfer to the Intrepid, Brooks reported, a hint of relief in his voice. Copy that. Stand by for extraction, Hawk responded, his mind already racing ahead to the next phase of their campaign. As the last of the enemy resistance was subdued and the station fell under human control, Hawk ordered the deployment of repair teams to stabilize the station systems and prepare it for integration into their own defensive network. The captured alien officers, now prisoners of war, were escorted back to the Intrepid for interrogation, further bolstering their understanding of the enemy's capabilities and intentions. Back on the bridge, Hawk addressed his crew with a sense of purpose. This victory is a testament to our resolve and capability. But remember, this is just the beginning. The galaxy will learn that humanity will not yield. We will not falter. Prepare for the next phase. We move forward. With the station secured and their position strengthened, the UNS Intrepid and its fleet prepared to continue their campaign against the remaining alien forces. Hawk knew that the war for the galaxy was far from over, but humanity's message had been delivered loud and clear. They were a force to be reckoned with, determined to shape the future of the galaxy on their own terms. In the corridors they fought through, Brooks and his team left no corner unchecked, facing numerous but unprepared alien adversaries. As they continued to download critical data, a sudden alert flashed on Brooks' visor. Captain, we're detecting a power surge in the station's core. They might be attempting to self-destruct, warned Hawk. Hawk's jaw tightened. Disable it. We need that station intact. Brooks and his tech specialist raced towards the core, encountering fierce resistance along the way. The corridors echoed with the sounds of battle, blaster fire, clanging metal, and the cries of the wounded. Finally reaching the core, a massive, pulsating structure, Corporal Diaz, the tech specialist, called out, "Cover me," as he began working on the control panel. This will take a few minutes. Brooks and the team formed a defensive perimeter, repelling waves of desperate alien defenders. Time stretched as Diaz worked furiously, the core's hum growing louder and more ominous. "Diaz, we need that shutdown now," Brooks shouted, firing at an advancing alien. "Almost there, sir," Diaz replied, his fingers flying over the controls. With a final keystroke, the core's hum died down, replaced by silence. "Got it. The self-destruct is disabled," Diaz confirmed. Brooks relayed the news to Hawk, who responded with visible relief. "Captain, the core is secure. The station is ours." "Well done, Brooks," Hawk praised. "Prepare for extraction. We'll need to assess the data you've gathered." As human forces regrouped, the extent of their victory became apparent. The alien station, once a hub of power, now firmly in human hands, yielded invaluable insights into enemy operations, bolstering humanity's strategic advantage. Hawk stood on the bridge, gazing at the stars. The battle was won, but the war persisted. Humanity's message was clear: no retreat, no surrender. As the UNS Intrepid and its fleet readied for the next mission, the galaxy trembled. The humans were coming, unstoppable in their quest for dominance. Captain Hawk surveyed the defeated remnants of the Galactic Council's forces from the command center of the captured alien station. The enemy's mainframe streamed critical data, illuminating their remaining strongholds and leadership locations. With targets identified, including the central command hub of the Galactic Council in the Delphin system, the path to total domination lay ahead. "Brooks," Hawk called to his first officer, coordinating with the Marines, "we have the intel we need. Let's prepare for our next strike. Time is of the essence." "Understood, Captain," Brooks replied, his expression resolute. "I'll have the teams ready within the hour." Hawk plotted the course on the holographic map, directing their next move towards the heavily fortified Central Command Hub. This hub represented the heart of the Council's military operations, a linchpin in the galaxy's defense against human advancement. As the UNS Intrepid and its fleet surged forward, engines ablaze with determination, the galaxy took notice. Approaching the Delphin system, Andrews reported, "Captain, enemy defenses are dense, but our simulations show weak points we can exploit." "Proceed with the plan," Hawk nodded decisively. "We strike hard and fast, show no mercy." Emerging from warp, weapons ready, the human fleet engaged with precision. Alien ships, a desperate amalgamation of species and technologies, formed a defensive line around the central hub. Human coordination and tactics swiftly cut through the chaotic defenses, overwhelming the enemy with efficient brutality. Meanwhile, Brooks led the infiltration team in stealth pods, slipping through the chaos to land on the planet's surface undetected. Moving with precision, the Marines' objective was clear: capture or eliminate the remaining Council leaders and seize control of the command hub. Inside the hub, chaos reigned as alien officers struggled to coordinate a defense. Brooks and his team breached the facility swiftly, blaster fire erupting as they fought their way towards the central command room. "Hold your positions," Brooks commanded, taking cover. "We need to secure this room and disable their communications." With surgical precision, the Marines subdued the defenders. Brooks approached the central console, tapping into the mainframe. "Captain, we've secured the command center and disabled their comms. The facility is under our control," he reported. "Excellent," Hawk replied, satisfaction evident in his voice. "Hold the position. Reinforcements are en route to ensure total control." As the human fleet established dominance in space, landing troops and supplies on the planet, the captured hub became a strategic stronghold for further operations, a symbol of human ascendancy. Hawk addressed the council members, now prisoners of war, including the battered High Chancellor Xyler. "This marks the end of your reign," Hawk declared firmly. "Humanity will bring order to this galaxy." Xyler, once confident, now resigned, admitted defeat. "We underestimated you. We thought ourselves superior. This galaxy will learn to respect humanity," Hawk stated, resolve steely in his gaze. "One way or another." With the fall of the command hub, resistance crumbled. News of humanity's victory spread, instilling fear among surviving alien factions. Humanity had emerged as the dominant force, united in purpose and driven by indomitable spirit. Back on Earth, celebrations erupted as news of victory reached home. The human race, resilient and relentless, had secured its place among the stars. Captain Hawk, standing on the bridge of the UNS Intrepid, looked out at the stars. The journey was far from over, but for now, they could savor their triumph. "Set a course for home," Hawk ordered, a rare smile crossing his face. "It's time we showed the galaxy what humans are truly capable of." As the fleet turned towards Earth, The galaxy braced itself for a new era, an era defined by human strength, resilience, and the unyielding pursuit of dominance.